YouTube, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's me, it's Mitch. Hey, we're gonna be spending some money. I want your opinion on if I should do this or not. So we got my $53,000 Lotus EVORA 400. I bought with 12,000 miles, clean title from Arizona. I got a good job. You guys don't know this, but I got this car right here. I never said this. I paid for this Exige, clean title, 18,000 miles on it. I followed up with a guy online on OfferUp over and over and over. I paid $35,000, clean title, had 18,000 miles at the time, has 27,000 miles on it now. Look at that. I've enjoyed it for 9,000 miles, very happy with that. That being said, this is a $35,000 Exige. I got a steal of a century on this, clean title, no accidents, no nothing, perfect, red. I think it's ardent red, and this is roughly ardent red too. I don't know what the colors are, I can't remember. It's not chili red, I think it's ardent red. That being said, this is a 2006. So this is the first year the Exiges came to US. They call it a Series 2. I want a Series 3, but I can't have it. They don't allow me to have it in the US. Airbags or whatever the reason was. This car is beautiful, gorgeous, fast, cool, exciting. I just made a reel about it that I went on a little rally with the Crown Rally and hung out with those guys. It keeps up with everything. Here's the deal. I think that I've always wanted to make things better and just keep on pushing the limit. I think that I'm going to trailer this vehicle, let's get out into some sun, trailer the Lotus Exige to Florida. But before we go to Florida, Monkey Wrench Racing is a 2ZZ, 2GR, Lotus ELISE, Exige, EVORA, CELICA, GTS, CELICA GT, I mean Corolla XRS, Corolla GR, all that stuff. They do really good Toyota parts. They're in Michigan. It's 1 day and 9 hours away from Washington, where I am. That being said, what I think I'm gonna do, and I want you guys' opinion if you'd follow along for this, is if I take this Lotus Exige right here, get a trailer, put this sucker on the trailer, get my Toyota Tundra. I got a 2007 Toyota Tundra, I love it. I got a good deal on it. I bought it during COVID time, and I think I got a good deal on it. That being said, this is the only 3 vehicles I actually have right now. You know, sometimes I have 6 and sometimes I have 7, but I only have these 3. Get a trailer, hook it up, drive the Tundra and the Lotus Exige to Michigan, to Monkey Wrench Racing's headquarters, drop off the Exige, and install a Rev 400 kit on the Lotus Exige. Do you guys think I should do this? So currently we just got all the modifications done to the Lotus EVORA 400. We did the JB4 tune, 396 wheel horsepower, 460 something like that. Crank horsepower, amazing, really fast, really fun. 2GR, supercharged, awesome. That being said, this is probably gonna stay up in Washington. I love this car, heated seats, 6-speed manual, pretty good gas mileage. The roof does not come off. Beautiful car, love it, enjoy it. The roof comes off, 6-speed manual, 1.8 liter, 200 horsepower, 400 horsepower, 200 horsepower, 3,100 pounds, 2,000 pounds even, roughly, 1,900, or it's like 2015 or something like that. That being said, what if I did the 1-to-1, where I got our 1 pound, or 10 pounds to 1 horsepower is what you're trying to get. So I would do 300 wheel horsepower with the Rev 400. This was 300 wheel horsepower, and then this thing only weighs 2,000 pounds. What do you guys think of that? And then take it to Florida. So you guys know I got a new YouTube garage down in Florida. So that being said, what I would do is leave this beautiful car in Florida. I love this car. But on the way down to Florida, we'd vlog it, road trip it, take the Tundra, which is a sweet build, drop this thing at Monkey Wrench. It'd probably be there for 2 to 4 weeks. What they would do, and I'm gonna tell you guys the price tag, it'll be part of the thumbnail. What they would do is they would remove the stock intake manifold. Actually, they would probably drop the engine. So they'd move the rear clam. They would install their stage 2 clutch, a nice clutch. Why? Because the clutch can't handle that horsepower. They would do new transmission fluids. Then they would mount the engine back in. They would remove the factory intake manifold. I'll show you guys real quick, let's look at it. They would remove the factory intake manifold right here. They would remove that. Then they would install the Rev 400 kit. They would install 775 injectors, bigger injectors. They would install a new, bigger fuel pump, the MWR fuel pump. Then they would tune the car on the Rev 400 with the second to biggest pulley or smallest pulley on there. And the vehicle would make 300 wheel horsepower, 2ZZ 1.8 liter, like God mode. So think about this. This would be the Exige 300. There's an Exige S260, S240, S20, or just the Lotus Exige S. I would have the Lotus Exige S300. That'd be pretty cool, I think. So that's what I do. Here's the deal. I could do all this myself. I literally could do all this myself. I could buy the kit. I could buy all the needed and do it all myself and install it. Then I would order a BOE tune, and I could probably do it all without removing the clam. But what I wouldn't want to do is the clutch job. And so what would happen would be is I would purchase this supercharger kit and put it all, install it all, and everything would be awesome. Then what would probably happen, like I just know what would happen, I would drive it for a little bit with the extra power, and it'd make good power. I'd go to a local dyno, and then the clutch would start to slip. It would be like I'd be in fourth gear, punch it, and the clutch can't hold the power. It'd slip. It would slip the clutch. It's just a factory clutch with 27,000 miles on it, and it was never upgraded. It's just probably the same as a CELICA clutch. And so when I built my turbo CELICA GTS, I don't know if you guys remember this, but one of the big things is I put a stage 2 clutch on it that's good for 300 foot-pounds of torque. And that CELICA only ever made like 180 or 190 pounds of torque, but the factory clutch wouldn't even hold the 200 pounds of or 1 to 200 pounds of torque. So I would hate for that to happen, to install all that, be excited, and then you can't floor it because it's slipping clutch because it's the factory clutch. So it's a big ticket item, but I'd have them put the new clutch on there. So I'll go over the total cost of this, and then I want your guys' opinion. And I don't have to do this. I haven't agreed to any of this. I could just literally bring the car down to Florida, enjoy it down there. I could leave it up here. I could see what I want to do. Let me tell you the price tag and break it all down. And let's get some more lighting on here. I will tell you guys the price tag for the CELICA builds and all that. So the CELICA build, I think I got that car for like $8,500, maybe $8,500, $8,400. And then the engine blew up on it. So then I got a kind of built engine, not really, just valves and stuff. Not like, it wasn't built. It wasn't a built forge or anything. And I installed a clutch with that and the original transmission, and then I installed those all together. So that was like $2,000, $2,400 for that motor. And then the clutch was probably like $500. So let's say it's $2,500. And then I did pay a shop to put that in there. I didn't do that one myself, which I've done a million clutches. And that was probably $1,500. So probably that was probably $4,000 plus the car. It's like $12,500. Then I went and bought that turbo kit, and it was $5,000 or $4,800, $45,000 or $4,500. So that CELICA build was probably like $15,000 to $16,000 without a dyno, without anything, without the custom exhaust or anything like that. So I would say I probably had, oh man, probably $15,000 into that CELICA. And then I ended up selling it maybe like for $10,000 or $12,000, I don't remember. I didn't get ahead on that car. Definitely didn't get ahead on that car. This car I can still get ahead on because I paid 35 grand for it. It still has so much value. They're probably like this version right here with 27,000 miles, clean title, all that's probably worth 50 grand-ish. I don't know, something around there, maybe 55. That being said, I could get this kit on here, and I'm gonna go over the price tag right now, and still probably break even. So I think it's a good idea financially. But I do have a concern because I could buy a lot of other things. I mean, I could buy like a Nismo 350Z in Florida, but the roof doesn't come off, probably with like 100,000 to 150,000 miles on it, probably for the same price as a Supercharger. I get a whole nother car. I could buy an MR2 for like $5,000 to $8,000 and then put a 2ZZ on it. There's a lot of things I could do. I could also buy the kit and just do it myself, but let's go over it. So the kit itself, it's a Rev 400. It's a big boy. It's $11,647. $11,000 for a Supercharger. That's a lot. I'd also be getting the labor and install is going to be $2,300, $2,300 to do all that instead of doing it myself. You're also going to get the clutch is going to be $1,500 with the labor and install on that. The clutch itself is $539. I'm going to get a new flywheel, $400. I'm going to get the ARP bolts and then gear oil and whatnot. That all together is like $100. Total price tag. So labor with the clutch, right? It's a new clutch. It's a bigger, faster, better clutch. And then the supercharger. And then MWR, fantastic company. They're also going to tune it, sorry, for $350 is a tune. All that together, grand total, no sales tax included. This is just a total. $16,984. Let's just say 17 grand, and then you got to pay, I don't know, another $1,700 on sales tax. It's going to be at $20,000. A little bit lower than that. 20 grand. Would you guys do this? Should I do this? Because then I'm at like $55,000 into the car, and I've already done other mods to it. You know, the intake, I got the exhaust, I got some other things that I've already done to the car. I don't know if I should do it. It seems pretty expensive. That being said, I've sold all my Evos, I've sold all my FRS, I've sold everything. I don't really have any other cars, so I do have some. I mean, I got this expensive car, but I kind of have like, I want this one to be faster than it is because it looks so good. But 20 grand is a lot, you know? Do you guys think I should do this? Comment down below. Mitch, I would love this. Mitch, let's go out in the sun. Mitch, I would follow for all of this content. Mitch, this would be fantastic. I want you to do it. I want to see what the horsepowers are. I love 2ZZs. It'll be the GOAT. It'll be the Exige 300. Do it. Or what do you guys think? I could buy like a CELICA. I could buy like 2 CELICAs for $10,000. And I could do a CELICA and a supercharger on the CELICA. There's a lot of things I could do. I just don't know what I want to do yet. And the other option I also could do is not do this, keep this one the NA, and then buy back my Lotus ELISE turbo. But that's going to be a bigger price tag too. I don't know. I got a lot of options, a lot of things I could do. I just think finally going to Monkey Wrench, I've never been there, would be amazing. Dropping the car off would be amazing. And then having the cars with the horsepower would be amazing. And it's good content that would last online forever. So, you know, a couple of years if someone else wants to do Lotus Exige power and install it, and I'll go over all the parts. I won't be filming them installing it. Maybe they can do some short clips for me, but I don't know. So we're gonna label this video $16,980 something $4 or whatever. Yes or no? If I get more comments to say yes, I'll do it. If I get no one to say anything, then I probably won't do it. But I want you guys to help me pick, or if I should just buy something different in Florida. I think I want to do it. I think it's the coolest thing. I think it'd be a lifetime memory. And we'll see. So that's where I'm at. That's, I think, would be the next good YouTube content. Again, I'm not working on the cars. And if you know, look at my channel. I can do all the work myself. I can do it all. I love working on it. I'm just choosing to have MWR do it so that I get it done a proper setup with receipts. So if, God forbid, I ever want to sell the car, it's not Mitch did this in his garage. It's like, here's a receipt from Monkey Wrench and here's the power and all that stuff. That's why I've kind of graduated from doing it to myself, which kind of sucks, but I like doing everything myself. So make sure to like, subscribe, swingbymitch.com. I have tons of cool little parts on there, light bulbs, badges, anything you might need for a CELICA, or I do have some Exige. I have the side markers on the Exige if you want those. No EVORA parts. You can swing by Greg's Racing Parts for those. He's great. Like, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing the 2 cars on here. We could be heading out and starting a YouTube video that says I drove the Lotus Exige, and I'm not driving it. I'm gonna put it on a trailer, but I trailered my Lotus Exige to Monkey Wrench Racing. That would be pretty sick. I would like and subscribe and click for that video. See you guys in the next video.